We continue now at the top of Daf Ayin Aleph Amad Aleph in Meseches Nedarim. This is Nedarim Daf 71a. The Mishnah says, Nodra v'hi arusa. Let's say she makes a neder, and she's an arusa, she's betrothed. Nisgarsha bo bayom, and then she gets divorced that same day. And nisarsa bo bayom, and then she gets betrothed again to a second individual that same day. Afilu lamei, even if this happens 100 times, avio ubaloho achron mefirin nidoreha. It's her father and her last husband. They are the ones that annul her vows jointly. And the Mishnah continues, Zeh haklal, this is the rule. Kol shelo yotzel l'reshus atzma sha achas. If you have a situation of a girl who has never left into her own reshus for even one moment, as in this situation over here when she leaves the husband, so she's still a nara, she's still under her father's reshus. So in those situations, avia ubaloho achron mefirin nidoreha. Her father and her last husband, they are the ones who annul her vows jointly. And the Mefarish explains, avia ubaloho achron mefirin nidoreha. Her father and her last husband, they annul her vows. Afilu mashanodra be'erusei rishon. We're talking even the nedarim that she made in her first betrothal, it's still the last husband that is going to annul the vows together with her father. L'reshus atzma, if she never entered her own reshus. Shelo nises le'echad mehan. Number one, she never married any of them. O shelo bagra, and she never grew to full adulthood. Beso chazman, during that time. So avia ubala v'chulu. So then again, her father and her last husband, they are the ones that annul her vows jointly. And the Gemara says, "Menolan da'aras achron mefer nedarim sheniru la'aras rishon." How do we know that the last aras, the last man who betroths the woman, how do we know that he's the one that annuls the vows that appeared before the first aras? Amar Shmuel says, Amar Kratz, because the pasuk says, "V'im hayosia leish unedareha aleh." It says if she's betrothed to a man and she has nedarim upon her, and what does that mean? Nedarim shahayu aleh kvar. It means the nedarim that were previously upon her. That's how you know that it's the last husband who annuls those. But the Gemara says, "Dil mahani mili shalom niru la'aras rishon." Maybe that's only talking about nedarim that did not appear before the first aras. But maybe nedarim avol nedarim sheniru la'aras rishon. But let's say it's nedarim that appeared before the first aras, meaning he knew about that, and so he had the option at that time to decide to be mefer. So maybe lo matzi mefer aras achron. So maybe the last aras is not able to annul those. And the Gemara answers, Aleha kro yiserahu. The word Aleha in that pasuk, unedareha Aleha, that's an extra word, and from that extra word we learn out that even the nedarim sheniru l'aras rishon, even those, the aras achron is mefer. And the Gemara continues at the two dots, Tanya kivasi de Shmuel. We have a brisa that supports Shmuel. And the Mefarish explains, Tanya kivasi de Shmuel da afilu b'nedarim sheniru l'aras rishon, that even by the nedarim that appear before the first aras, before the first husband, mefer bal achron, the last husband is the one who annuls those vows. And the Brisa says, Nara hamorasa, if you have a Nara hamorasa, avia ubala mefirin nedareha, her father and her husband, they jointly are mefer her nedarim. And the Brisa says, Ketzad how so? Shama avia, let's say her father hears about the neder, v'hefer lo, and he annuls it for her. V'lo hispik habal l'shmoa ad shemeis, and the husband doesn't hear about it until he dies. V'nisarsa bo bayom, and then she gets betrothed that day to somebody else. V'afilu mea pa'amim, even 100 times. Avia ubaloho achron mefir nedareho. Her father and her last husband together, they're the ones that annul her vows. Shama bala v'heferla. Now let's say her husband heard about the neder and he annulled it for her. V'lo hispik ha'av l'shmoa at shemeis habal, but the father didn't hear about it until the husband died. So then in that case, chozer ha'av u'mefer chelko shel bal. So then the father can go ahead and he can annul the portion of the husband. Amar Rabbi Nasan, and Rabbi Nasan says, Heinein divrei Beis Shammai. That's the opinion of Beis Shammai. Aval Beis Hillel Omer, but Beis Hillel say Ein Yochel Lahafer, that in that situation where the husband heard about it, he annulled it, and then he died before the father heard about it. So in that case, the father is not able to annul. And the Gemara says, B'mai Pligi, what are Beis Hillel and Beis Shammai arguing about? And the Rosh over here explains, Tanya Kavase de Shmuel, Nara Hamaurasa of Yobala Mefir Nedare. Again, a brisa like Shmuel, by a Nara Hamaurasa, her father and her husband, they annul her vows. Ketzad how so? Shama Avia Veheferlof, the father heard about the vow and he annulled it for her. Velo Hispek Habalish Machames, and the Baal didn't hear about it and he died before he heard about it. Venesarsa Bo Bayom Afilu Lakuf, and she gets betrothed to somebody else, or even to 100 other people that day. Avia Ubalaho Achron Mefir Nedare. So her father and her last husband, they are the ones that annul her vow. vows. Now, the Rosh points out, when it says over here that the husband did not hear about it, and he died before hearing about it, so in that case, in that case we're talking about where the erusin to the next husband actually took place the next day. The Ibo Bayom, because if she was betrothed to somebody else on that very same day, why does it have to say that the husband didn't hear about it? Afilu shamanami, even if the husband heard about it, since the whole day didn't pass, so that first husband was not mekayim the neder, he didn't uphold the neder, so then it would still be true in such a situation if she got betrothed to someone else on that very same day, whether the first husband knew about the neder, whether the first husband did not know about the neder, still her father and the last husband are going to be made for the neder. Now, in the case where she gets betrothed that very same day, says the Rosh, Milsa Acharisi, this is like a new statement. V'lo koya reish, it's not going on the first part. Elamai sheshama habal v'mei. So there it's talking about, let's say the husband did know about it. He even heard about it. He knew about the neder and he died. V'nisarsa bo bayom la'acher. Now she's betrothed to somebody else on that very same day. So it's not like an entire day went by and the first husband was mekayim the neder. V'afilu kuf zeh, even if it's 100 people, one after the other, avio ubalo ha'achron mefirin nedareha, her father and her last husband, they're made for the neder. The oris achron made for nedarim shenirin la'oris rishon. That's the whole point of bringing this brisa, that the last oris is able to annul the vows that appeared before the first oris. V'hainu tanya kavase de Shmuel. That's why the brisa is supporting what Shmuel said. And the Rosh on the next Amud explains the last part of the Brisa, Venira dehachi garsinan. The Rosh says, it appears to me that the proper girsa, v'chei nimtzas ha-girsa b'chol asfarim, it's the same girsa that we find in the Gemaras. This is the same as our girsa. The Rosh on the previous Amud goes with another girsa and explains it, but rejects it and favors the girsa that we have. And the girsa is as follows again, Shama bala v'heferla, if the husband hears about the neder and he annuls it for her, v'lo hispik ha'av l'shmo at shemes habal, but the father doesn't hear about it, and the husband dies before the father hears about it. So then chozer avu mefer chelko shel baal. Then the father can come along and he can be mefer the chelik of the baal. To kevan shelo hefer av b'chayi habal. The point over here is as follows: since the father did not annul it during the lifetime of the husband, they didn't do it together. So nisbat lahafaras habal. So now the original annulment of that husband is now nullified. Kevan shelo nigmara hafar b'chayi, because it wasn't completed during his lifetime. Kede perashli leel. The Rosh explained this a little earlier in the Meseches. Hilkach, therefore, the father has to now come along and be mefer again the chelik of the baal, and again that's a subject to a machlokas beis Shammai and beis Hillel, which is going to be explained on the next Amud, which we will continue with this discussion in the next video on Daf Ayin Aleph Amud Beis.